Hi, shalom, guys. It's your brother Hasadiah back here with Young Activists. Hope everybody's enjoying the end of the Feast of Dedication. We had a fun time last night here in Denver, man. We was dancing like David. I really didn't do much with my Sabbath day. I ate tamales and pozole, drank tea, and slept. So, really good day to all my brothers and sisters who are still stuck in a white supremacist mind state. I hope you guys enjoyed Saturnalia. If you didn't get drunk, hit your wife, and do something weird with your best friend, you weren't really doing it right. But that's neither here nor there. We can talk about that some other time. Today, I want to talk about LeBron James. Yes, your and mine favorite basketball player, unless you're a Michael Jordan guy. So recently, LeBron James got in some trouble for quoting a 21 Savage song. The lyric was, "We've been getting Jewish money, everything kosher." So he received some backlash from people. People were offended by it in the Jewish community. And so essentially he apologized and said, if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. This is coming off the heels of his show, The Shop, where he talked about NFL owners having a slave owner mentality. Now, to me, this is mad weak. You can't in one breath sit here and talk against one form of white supremacy with the way that our brothers and sisters are treated and handled in the NFL. And then at the same time, you get the same treatment from NBA owners, NBA higher ranking people, agents, and, ad agencies. Is super childish. It's not like that's not something that I believe a man should be doing. And Christ basically says the same thing, talking about Black, Hispanic, and Native American men. It says, this is the book of Luke chapter 7 and verse 31. It says, "And the Lord said, whereunto shall I liken the men of this generation?" Talking about the people right now on earth. "And to what are they like? They are like unto children sitting in the marketplace, and calling one to another and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned to you, and ye have not wept." So the men in the Black and Hispanic community, we don't act like men. We allow everybody else to run all over us, treat our women any type of way, kill our kids, and we won't even stand up for minor things. We won't even stand up for like rap lyrics. So you have LeBron James apologize and 21 Savage apologize for that lyric saying, I love all people. If you love all people, how come in your music you always talking about killing people, selling drugs to your people, calling your women the B word, calling your brothers niggas? If you really loved all people, you wouldn't do that. So how come you only apologize when it offends the Jewish community? How come LeBron James isn't saying something about all the rappers saying the N-word and speaking down against, Black and Hispanic people? It's childish. And not only is it childish, it's double-minded. LeBron James is a super double-minded man. And as it says in the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. We can't even, a lot of people like LeBron James because of what he does off the court, like providing schools and helping kids and stuff and helping out people in the Black community. But how can you first of all, we're the only community that looks for athletes and musicians and comedians to be our leaders. But these people are not going to stand up for us. And when times get hard or when it might affect their pocket, they're easy to back away from their statements. They're easy to renege on things they said. That's why it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. We can't look to LeBron James to be a leader of the Black community, nor should we. Because in one moment you're talking against NFL owners, but when it comes down to NBA owners who are Jewish, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner who's Jewish, your Jewish agents, Jewish ad agencies, when they tell you to renege or apologize for your statement, you're easily going to double back because it affects your pockets. When it doesn't affect your pockets, you'll talk against white supremacy. But when those same white supremacists are like, yo, we're going to cut your money, we're going to make it weird for you, you're easy to apologize. That's being double-minded. And it really goes into, it's not just about Black versus white, African American versus Caucasian. It's not skin deep. It's deeper than that. When you read in the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12, it says, For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So we as so-called Black people have been brainwashed and controlled and taught things that are contrary to the truth. So in the Bible, you can sit and read it, and it says Jesus Christ is a Black man. Now, if Jesus Christ is Black and he's a Jew, wouldn't that mean his mom and dad have to be Black, and their mom and their dad? And then if you read in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2, it says Judah is Black, and Jew is short for Judah. So if the Jews are Black, who should be really offended by this Jewish money comment? Why are we taught these things? White supremacy is so enthralled into everything we do. It controls what we say, what we think, what we listen to, where we work, how much we're getting paid. And really what it boils down to, this is what it boils down to for LeBron James. Because again, LeBron James is 6'8", 250 pounds, but he is quick to bow down to his Caucasian handlers. When they tell him to apologize, he'll apologize just like that. And so the book of Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16 says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? So God is asking, who's going to stand up and fight white supremacy for him? Who's going to stand up for his people, the oppressed people here in America and scattered throughout the diaspora? Who's going to help these people? Apparently not LeBron James. Because how are you 6'8", 250 plus pounds, but you still being controlled? It really does go back to a slave mentality. So we say NFL owners have a slave mentality. We as Black people have a slave mentality. How are you that big and you dominate? There would be no NBA, no NFL without these big Black men, but you're still going to bow down and kowtow to your white owners when they tell you what to do. So if they say, don't take a knee for the pledge, you're not going to take a knee because that's your massa. And massa gave you a good name. You're going to do everything that massa say because massa pay your bills. It's a shame. We as Black men, Hispanic men, indigenous men have to start standing up for what's right. We got to start keeping the commandments and protecting our women, protecting our brothers, our children. This is what needs to be done. That's really all I got to say on it. LeBron, get your stuff together, man. People looking up to you and you wilting like a flower. It's sad. Remember to go like and share the video. Go subscribe to the YouTube page. You can follow Young Activist on Instagram @YoungActivist. Follow us on Twitter @ElijahJudah144. You can follow me, Hasadiah, on Twitter @Hasadiah8. And remember, man, many are called, but few were chosen, okay? Shalom. I like LeBron. He's just kind of a sissy. He needs that testicular fortitude. He needs to man up. All right, shalom, y'all.